Hey y'all, it's Ashley at the Realm of Comics, where we talk about everything that's comics, graphic novels, and manga related. As you can see from the title, I'm here to talk about my September reading plans. Typically, when this video is going up, I usually do a Friday recommends, but because the beginning of the month falls on a Friday, I'm going to do this in lieu of. Plus, I am a little under, I think I'm getting a little under the weather. So I just wanted to go ahead and quickly shoot this before I feel like I fall into disarray. Now, if you have not watched my previous video that I dropped last week, 30 and 30 is happening starting today, the day that this video is going up. So I did not want to make an extensive list of graphic novels and comics to read, simply because my priority is going to be making it through my 30 volumes of manga. Now, I would love to read more than 30 volumes, but the reality of the situation is that your girl it's a lot going on in September. It's my birthday month, my partner's birthday, my daughter's birthday, and I have a lot going on this month, so we'll see how, I do. The whole idea is just to freaking make it to 30. But I do have a couple of titles here that I am going to show you that I do want to finish and hopefully get to. Now, I am still working on the titles that I had listed in my previous reading plans, but it is what it is. Such is life. And I'm not going to go over any like TBR necessarily for the month of September in terms of manga. I think for 30 and 30, I pointed out some series that I'm interested in continuing, but outside of that, I don't want to put too much pressure on myself because I want to give myself kind of room to breathe, because I'm going to need a lot of it. But I do have 4 titles here, and then of course there's going to be some things that I wonder if I have anything on my Libby. That's a really good question, whether I have anything on Libby. I don't really think. Scrolling now. Yes, I do. I have one thing on Libby. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and cover the things. And this is actually like what I'm waiting for. It's not anything that I have currently checked out. It's 2 things that I'm waiting for on Libby. Okay, so the first thing that I'm waiting for on Libby is Frontiera by Julio Anta. I have read something else by Julio Anta and I was not a huge fan of it, but this is a young adult graphic novel about a main character named Mateo who is making the journey back to the United States through the Sonoran Desert with the help of a friend that is a ghost. So I've heard really good things about this one, which is why I feel more positive about going into this one as opposed to their previous work. So I have that one on hold, and then the one that I'm actually really excited for that has not come in yet, which is super unfortunate, is Eerie Tales from the School of Screams. This one had some really great promotion about it. I think I've talked about this one in a previous reading plans type of situation, but I'm excited. It's these 2 kids who end up going to the school, and they're not scared of the school because of the typical reasons where kids are just like, I don't feel like going to school, doing the work, taking the test. No. They're nervous because their teacher wants them to present about the spookiest stories that they can come up with. And I think that there are some things that happen that come to fruition with the storytelling. I don't want to know too much about this one. The promotion behind it was eerie enough, and so I'm excited to jump into it. The ones that I do have with me in person, now keep in mind I have a bunch of stuff currently checked out from the library, but that's beside the point. Here are some things that I do need to finish and catch up on. I have volume 2 of Why Raeliana Ended Up at the Duke's Mansion, which technically I think I can cover this for 30 and 30 because we are allowed to read manhwa as well, included in the 30 and 30 challenge. So I may anticipate counting this for 30 and 30, but just in case, I do know that I need to know that I need to catch up on this. And also The Villainess is Destined to Die. I have volume 3 of that one. I need to catch up. I'm enjoying both of these series. I'm glad that Yen Press is picking up a lot of these titles because they're really, really enjoyable. Although sometimes I have to like make sure that I don't get the two storylines confused, which I almost did the other day. I was like, wait, I think I'm getting the two stories mixed up, but I'm excited to continue this one and the other one. This is one that I'm actually currently in the middle of reading. I started reading it digitally, but then I was like, I kind of want the physical copy to read. And I have read Reminayi before. I read the Seance Tea Party, which I really enjoyed, and this is My Aunt is a Monster. It is about a young girl who is blind, and she ends up having to leave her home and is taken to, she's supposed to be not necessarily in foster care, but they were looking for like a family member that would be willing to take her in. And so they say that she has this long lost aunt that's willing to take her in, but her aunt is a monster, but she doesn't know that because she can't see. And so there's some interesting elements here, and I think it's magical. I'm not that far into it, as a matter of fact. I wish these things had page numbers, but I'm only this far into it, like right there. So I still have a lot to read when it comes to this one. And then of course I have the infamous Something is Killing the Children volume 5. I also have House of Slaughter volume 2 checked out, and I really want to read both of those because of the fact that Brie and I were supposed to read this a long time ago, but I just, before I forget too much, I need to dive in, and I'm not that far into this one either. I started reading it, but I'm only this far in. But it's another one that I do need to pick up relatively soon. Y'all know how I feel about James Tynion. And the next one that I have is one that I started reading by single issues, but finally, just because of finances, I stopped collecting single issues, and so I just wait for things to come out on Hoopla, or wait for them to come out in trade so I can read them that way. And this is Punchline the Gotham Game. I really enjoyed the first 2 issues that I read of this. I really did enjoy it. And I had my qualms about Punchline, who's a character that was created by James Tynion, and a lot of times Punchline can feel like a substitute for Harley Quinn, and in some, I guess, versions of her, she feels that way. But in this is different. I don't know how to explain it, but Tini Howard did a very good job creating this version of a Punchline. So of course, even though the original character was created by my best friend in the entire world, James Tynion, you know, once you create characters for DC and Marvel, it is their property. So that means that anybody can continue to write the character, which is why we see Tini Howard on this instead of James Tynion. But I'm looking forward to reading this as a trade, already knowing that I enjoyed the first 2 issues of this complete series. I don't know if this is a continuing series or if this was a kind of a not a one-shot, but just a short type of situation that they had going on. A mini series is what I was looking for. So I can't remember if this is a mini series or if they decided to make it a continuing series, but either way, I'm excited for it. All right, y'all, so that's it. As I told y'all, I'm going to be doing 30 and 30. I'm going to be vlogging the entire experience. So be on the lookout for those videos. Hopefully I do get to these things in addition to 30 and 30, but I have a lot of physical books that I need to finish in general, and then also prepare to read for 30 and 30. So this is not a good time for my body to be going kaput. But unfortunately, it kind of is like one of those situations where it is what it is. But let me know what you'll be reading in the month of September. If you're participating in 30 and 30, when this goes up, let me know what you're already currently reading for 30 and 30. If you are participating, as always, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more content from me, click the subscribe button, hit the bell for notifications. If you're looking for ways to follow me on social media, all those links will be down in the description box below. And I'll be back with another video soon. Bye!